This Reason?
Rayvon.
Okay, close enough. All right, close enough. That was it.
Yeah, we good.
All right, there you go. I didn't know we was going there. All right. yes. I want to welcome y'all to the You Wasn't Outside podcast on the Grown Folks Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, not doing the most normalized call. To my friend, I have my man at Just Lex. Together we form Voltron
and Just Lex.
Talk to Jay. Said you weren't gonna make it today, and I'm okay with it. I don't pay her the big bucks on these contracts to make sure she was here. If she was, then I'd send a driver to her, make sure that she got here on time and everything. You know what I mean? But we not there yet. I don't know if we'll ever get there or not. But we will keep our head down. And maybe they'll do a 30 for 30 on this. The 30 for 30 on all of our lives would be kind of crazy. That'd be worth watching. The most normalest dude in America.
For sure. Shit.
They do my 30 for 30. Oh, man. Lex said he had a lot of bullshit going on. So
yeah, but let me talk about the intro real quick.
What intro?
Let me get my shit off on my rap shit.
Okay, yeah.
So let me get the context for the listeners, right?
All right, give us the context.
So Joey Badass came out with a freestyle recently.
Joey Badass, part-time actor Joey Badass. There we go.
Part-time actor Joey Badass.
I feel like you lose a little sting when you do part-time acting.
I fuck with Joey Badass.
I do too.
Like the long way, pause. But so he, quote unquote, paid homage to Jay-Z and used one of his 1996 lines, "Too much West Coast dick lick him." Now, that is a Jay-Z line. And everyone's trying to say, "Oh, he's just paying homage to Jay-Z." That's not the line that you use to pay homage to Jay-Z in this context, right?
No.
So we didn't like it when Jay-Z's my GOAT. I didn't like it when he said it. I don't like it now. And I fuck with Joey Badass, right?
Hey, you know what's funny though? In comparison, the right dude stepped up to him. It's like a mid-tier battle. Go ahead, keep going though. You're good.
Well,
no, I know. It's just funny. And that's
the
right man stepped up to the plate
too, because I think Joey Badass is a little higher than that, but I can understand why nobody else does.
Joey Badass.
I understand.
Oh man, 80% of our listenership ain't gonna know who the fuck Joey Badass.
And that's why I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on this.
I know it's funny though.
I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it.
I love it though. I want them to Google this while we're doing all this right now.
I wanted to not clout chase, but it's gonna sound kind of clout chasey. Because I'm about to get on some white on white crime real quick.
These are two brothers.
No, I'm talking about me.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna go at Rory real quick.
Oh, Rory has something to do with this?
No.
Rory's another fellow podcaster in the space. Makes a little bit more money than us.
he makes a few more dollars than us.
He makes a few more dollars than us. He lives off potty.
Our reach ain't that to where that's why another reason why I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it. But if he just somehow hears this for whatever reason, I gotta say it. And here's the thing, right? If my West Coast bias was activated, I would definitely use the exact same route that he took. So I'm not even 100% mad at him. I'm just mad at him because he's wrong. But he's wrong because he's wrong. And the way... So he was on his previous show talking about this freestyle, right? And the reason they were talking about it because his co-host gets a stray shot in the freestyle.
Maul?
Yeah.
Maul's corny.
But the way he was defending this freestyle as if like, hey, the West Coast, like y'all won. The episode is called Sore Winners. He's saying the West Coast is sore winners. You guys already won. Why are you guys doing this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He was talking about, hey, you guys have an emergency going on. Your city's on fire and you're worried. He took the time out to go film this video to respond to Joey Badass when your city's on fire. That shit's crazy too. What are you talking about? What man?
What am I supposed to do? Go put a fire out?
the video was shot a couple days before the fire, but that's beside the point. The fact that that's the route that he chose to take. He was talking about.
I'm just saying that, like, even if you said that shit, I don't fight fires personally. So
you guys were celebrating all year because Kendrick won. Why can't you guys just let it go?
To help you out on that regard,
No.
I think we had to fight for that W. I don't think it was like easy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you got to say that.
The
part.
West Coast. Look, he was over here. I don't understand Kendrick's line. Y'all don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. This is exactly what we're talking. This is exactly what he's talking about.
I mean,
y'all don't like us, and it's fine. We're still gonna do what we do,
which is crazy because Atlanta gets no hate, and I don't know who's the.
It got hate 20 years ago.
Yeah, but not anymore.
From like the lyrical
and
miracle
the other
crowd.
thing is too, like who's carrying the torch from the East Coast right now? Glorilla.
Glorilla is not from the East
That's
Coast.
what I'm saying. Or not Glorilla. I'm thinking. My bad. Big Lotto. I get them all.
She's from Houston.
Is
I
she
think.
really? So who's from the East Coast? I don't know either female rappers. Like
Cardi
this.
B.
Oh no, Lola Bunny.
Sure.
What's her name? Lola Brooke.
No.
I sound real washed up.
That's
the little short one. She looked like Glorilla.
I know who Lola Brooke is. I'm saying they don't know who Lola Brooke is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it took me a while to get to that one.
So my man Ray Vaughn from TDE responded to Joey Badass. And that's where this whole came up. Like, why is he doing that? He's like a C-lister, whatever. And all that's fair. He is a C-lister.
Who said that?
Rory, all them. They all said that.
They hold Joey Badass to be an A-list rapper?
Listen, one, Joey Badass, he's not I don't know if he's a C-lister. He's not an A-lister. Let's put him at B.
I wouldn't put him at B either.
That's fair.
You put him on a common show right now, people are like, who the fuck is that?
I'm only putting him at B because he's on Power.
No one...
I get it. Nobody watches that season either, but I'm going to do it. Here's the thing. I really fuck with Joey Badass.
I'm sure I can tell.
I like the freestyle.
There's a lot of bells.
But the way... the reason I'm talking to Rory right now is because he was talking about Ray Vaughn as if he was beneath the fact, like, oh, he's wasting his time doing this freestyle. And he's obviously his East Coast bias is kicked in, and I get it. But the funny part is Ray Vaughn is doing exactly what all his mid-tier East Coast people did 10 years ago when Kendrick dropped Control. That's exactly what happened. And nobody said shit about all them little C-lister New Yorkers coming out talking about,
social media
I'm really the king of New York.
Now,
Kendrick's not the king of New York. I am.
There is no king of New York now, though.
Kendrick is still the king of New York, by the way.
Lex said it.
100%. Let's go.
Lex said it.
I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it.
I can see you will.
Anyway, that's all I had to say.
There's another white savior.
The other bullshit I had going on was I had to get a little violent.
Okay. You gonna walk us into the whole story from the top?
It's not that bad. So
I feel like your neighbors are spread out where you live at too.
No, not really.
No,
we on top of each other.
Okay.
The neighbor I had to put my hands on, I don't know exactly how far away they are, but anyway, on Friday I'm working from home and the dog got out. Like, the dog ain't never, like, ran away, like, got out the house and just ran away and never just waited for me, just out. But that's what happened.
You opened the door? And he took off?
I don't even know how it happened. All of a sudden, so I go out to get to the dog, and the dog goes up, and the dog's a puppy, right? Puppy has puppy energy. She's really excited. She just wants to play with people, blah, blah, blah. She sees this little girl. She runs up on the little girl. She just wants to play with her. She don't bite nobody.
I don't believe that, though.
That's fine.
If this is part of the story, then I might have to catch one with you too.
No, that's no. Hey, and the thing is, I feel him. I get it.
Yeah, go ahead though. Keep going.
I feel him too, and I told him. So he goes up to the
He's
dog.
white too.
He's like Mexican.
He not,
maybe mixed with white, but he's definitely more Mexican than white.
Understand you.
He don't. No, he didn't. He did not at all. So I'm trying to. It takes me a second to get to the dog and the girl, but she gets scared. So the dad being the dad is like, he gets into super dad mode and he's like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, chill out, bro. Like, she's not gonna bite her, I promise. And he's like, if she bites her, I'm gonna have to kick her in the neck. And I was like, and even then I was like, I feel you, but she's not gonna bite her. I promise you. But I also understand.
While this happened, where's the little girl at?
She's right. This is the part that really like hurts me the most, because I had to do it in front of her father. He starts barking at me and I'm like, bro, like, I promise you, like, I get it.
But wait. Answer my question. Where's the little girl at?
Right next to her dad.
And where's the dog at?
On her. Or like trying to play with her.
Oh, you haven't grabbed the dog yet?
No, I'm getting to that point. And that's
a lot of dialogue.
No,
How far did you get?
No. By the time I'm doing dialogue, I've corralled her.
Oh, I would have dipped. Okay, you going now.
I've corralled her. He's barking at me, and I'm like, bro, like,
what did he say after you have the dog in your hand?
He's like, that's when he said, I'm gonna have to kick her in the throat, and I was like, I get it. She's not gonna bite her. I promise she don't bite people. My daughter's super scared, and for that, I apologize. This ain't my dog. I don't know you. I don't know what's going on.
You get this off?
Huh?
You got that off?
I said all of this.
Okay.
I'm not saying this just for the show. I said this to him.
Nah, motherfuckers be adding to the story. I'd be happy to ask.
No. I said
that's in key information.
I said all of this.
Okay.
And then he just like, nah, man, like, my daughter's scared.
What the fuck else he want? This is a weird group. How
what
old would you
else
say he was?
do you
How old
want?
is this dude? Yo.
Our age.
Oh, he's in his 30s for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
My daughter's scared. And I was like, man, I apologize for that. I promise you she's not going to hurt her. If you want, let me put the leash on her. She can pet her to show that she's not a threat. Let me go above and beyond to show that, hey, it's all good.
Nah, I would have never did that.
That's what I did, though.
I know. Don't do that.
And he was like, nope.
I would have dipped. I would have just like, yo,
I should have.
I'm out of here.
And here's the thing. I just got that from I ain't got no shirt on. I'm half naked outside.
And you got a farmer's hand? He think he could take
No, I wasn't got a farmer's hand. My color's still showing. Anyway. So he's like, nah,
shit.
fuck that. And then he's like 5'7", so maybe he has a Napoleon complex, whatever it is. He comes up to me, like, in my face. And my natural reaction, I shove him. He falls on the ground, like, dramatic. I don't know if he did that, like, lawsuit wise, or he was that light in the ass, but the way he fell, I was like, bruh, come on now. I'm not that strong. He falls.
Oh.
And then I was like, dude, I don't want to have to do this shit in front of your daughter.
No.
Your daughter, you know what I mean? And then he gets up and he's like, just leave me alone. And he walks away. And that was it.
That was it?
All right, let's get in the episode.
No, that's crazy. Wait.
No.
Did you just stand there?
I walked away.
After he said,
just leave me alone.
And that is the word.
All right. For sure. I'm glad we're on the same page.
That is the magic word. You don't know where you live at?
No.
That's fucking wild.
I've been keeping my eye open though, like all weekend. Like, all right, let me see if I know where you at though. Shit,
you a wild boy. Oh shit! I was out here shoving neighbors and shit over somebody else's dog. Is fucking crazy. Oh man, white guilt.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, I be kicking him. I ain't really did nothing, man. My daughters, I signed her for another tournament. They got birthday parties coming up this weekend. Stepson, he's playing football now. I ain't go to the game. I went to go play golf. I was like, look, bro, I'm serious. Like, I was like, yo, I'm not going. She she felt a way about it.
Oh shit!
But I was like, look, man,
I feel her.
You know how much time I put in?
I would too.
What?
I feel her. I feel away too.
I'm sure you would. But you know what? You'd feel away if you want to play? Let's play then. Fuck it.
Let's go.
You feel away too if Charles just showed up today.
Say what?
Yeah.
No.
So look, if I'm giving you room.
Are you saying you Charles?
I'm saying
That's
giving
crazy.
room. I'm giving room.
For what?
You ain't been there when I'm there.
You not Charles though.
Who?
You.
Hey, still.
No, that is not. That's a big difference.
The respect I get from him now of just like playing the background is a lot different.
That don't matter. You're not Charles.
I'm gonna go to these. Absolutely.
I know you are.
I'm not going to every single one.
That's fine.
I just can't. I can't. Fuck. And there was no way I would do it even if I was his actual dad. There's no way I could do both. Like some of these I would have to sit out on because
can't do both.
I can't. I don't know how the fuck you about to do it.
No, it's tough.
Yeah.
I've missed games too, but at the same time,
I'm gonna miss it for but I'm out.
I'm not Charles.
I'm out here. I'm out. In this situation, I am though. I'm about to coach baseball again. You know what I mean? So it's not like we don't have the time. Like sometimes what I'm also saying too is like on the days that I take him on his dad's day too. So he be spending a lot of time with me. So it's like
I'm not saying you don't. That's why it was funny that you're like, yo, fuck your little football game. Your first one.
I ain't going.
Hey, and you know me. I analyze the film like, how the fuck he get 2 touchdowns? He don't play no football.
He got a little skill now.
No, I know. But I'm judging him like, gee, what are you doing? Go outside. We're running the route tree. There's no way he's scoring 2 touchdowns right now.
He about to catch you. Oh,
no, that's my point.
The hand eye is crazy though. Because hey, here.
He's a baseball player. I'd hope his hand eye is okay.
Absolutely. So what I do is I go on this second story right here in this house, and I'll take all the hard baseballs and I'll have him lay on his back.
Yeah.
And I'll drop him right over his face.
Yeah.
And he'll just.
You better not miss that shit.
And he don't. I warm him up with the cushion balls first to start him out, but he caught about 75 in a row. I'm not doing that because then he won't do it. I gotta get him like confident first.
Let's break your motherfucking teeth.
But I feel like baseball players make a great transition in playing football, basketball, because a lot of the shit that we do is footwork.
Right.
And hand-eye coordination. You know what I mean? Now, are we great at when we do it? No, we could just survive a little bit.
No.
Football players, I can tell when they go play basketball, it's a lot of aggression.
A lot of B-line, a lot of A to B. Yeah. There ain't no finesse. It's just A to B. Zoom, A to B.
You can see it all day.
Ain't no finesse.
When I went to my cousin's game, I was like, yo, he played football. He's like, yeah, he got a scholarship to University of Chicago. I said, I can tell. He's not playing ball. He's built like a middle linebacker, outside linebacker, and he's just a bowling pin. So
yeah, we doing competitive flag football now, so there's different rules.
What's the difference?
There's less people on the roster.
Okay.
The coach, there's no like, oh, everybody has to play. It's at coach's discretion, which is...
You got to pay for this too?
Yeah. And I'm looking at, our squad is nice. You are the weak link. I didn't pay for this shit for no reason. Step your shit up, right? And...
So are the Pop Warner kids playing flag right now?
Yeah,
too?
they split into 2 flag teams to stay in shape. That's what they always do.
Okay.
And we almost lost. We came back and I'm like, hey, you guys woke up and remembered who you were. You guys are fucking champions. Stop playing around. But they were also playing against kids that were a year older than them.
Yeah.
And they came back and, G did his thing when he was in. Got a couple important flag pulls. And yeah, 1-0. I think there's like 6 weeks, nothing crazy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's over with. And he was saying like in February, so they might play against each other then, right?
No, I really doubt he's not in the competitive league, right?
I don't know where it is.
Nah, he's not.
They play out in Mission Valley.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a different one. We playing East Lake.
Oh, so it's not by like city to city or whatever?
No, even if like whoever wins like the East Lake division, I don't think they go to let's do the Mission Valley, whatever. I think you just play who you play.
Okay.
He don't want to play us. Let's just say that too.
He probably don't. I don't take no pride in that. I don't know anything about like that ain't my forte. That's for him. You know what I mean? That's really for them. I be trying to really chill. I'm about to write the book on how to be a great stepdad. For real. Like there's no playbook on what I'm doing right now. I've only seen one success at this, and I was like, nah, for real, a solid one. Where like, yo, like they're because most people in my position, they love getting mad at the other guy.
Shout out to all the stepdads.
Who you know that's fire? Who else
because
you know
only seen one stepdad.
I've only seen one where I feel like, yo, these guys have a great fucking relationship. Any other time, most people don't. And I'm not saying that like we the best of friends, but it took us a while to get here. But like, I feel like our cordialness is like really top notch.
Oh, you mean you and old boy?
Yeah. Like,
I applaud you. I'm not saying there's a whole
matter
bunch of
fact,
people
what
out
I'm
here
doing,
doing
you
it.
can't do.
When you said
you can't do
No,
that.
I can't.
I know. I'm glad you admit that.
but when you're saying stepdad, I'm talking about with the child. I'm not talking about with the other dad. That's the only reason I said whatever.
But even then, he's not worried about me not being there or not. I'm trying to tell you that, like, we be around each other all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I was like, yo, him and I spend more time together than all of you guys. So I'm okay with missing out on a few things so that he has these moments.
Fuck your first football game.
Nah, it's not even that. People don't understand that piece, but when you talk to him, like it's a big deal for him to be around his dad, and I try to uplift that.
Is that why you skipped the game?
Not trying to taint that. Yes, it's not the funnest thing in the world. You would not like it if the new person in their life would be there. That would ruin the game for you.
There ain't no game.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So again, I sound fucking crazy for doing that, but it's like I'm not gonna miss out like on a graduation or something like that. It's flag football. I didn't miss the first basketball game. It's flag. He played tackle. I'm there, first one. I want to see it. I want to see this progress. I don't know if you just playing or not. Hell, I want to see it. There's no money in flag.
You better than, you know what? You're right. You better than me.
Yeah, I know.
You better than me.
In that regard, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you know what? And then let's talk about me not being better than Lex, right?
That ain't a
So
lot.
we've talked about Lex being an alcoholic, right? And I've been fronting, and y'all seen me on camera. I had the vape pens, right? They be right here in my pocket.
The vape.
So my whole smoking journey in terms of like not cigarettes. It's never been cigarettes, but in terms of Black and Miles,
Black and Miles are almost.
it's about 5 of them.
75
Something about that brown wrapper and that tip on their paws.
Woo!
They make you feel like, oh, this is for us. Freshman year of college, I finished
10-pack.
This is his moment. Finally got him. Go ahead, get vulnerable, bitch ass. Go ahead and get vulnerable on him. It's my turn.
Nah, good.
All them therapist jokes.
Not even. I still got a whole story left. I left off at jail. That was August 2023.
We're having fun right now. We started early and the whole night.
I got plenty of story left.
And so I was like, yo, I finished my first semester of college, and my boy Mike, shout out to Fat Mike, he was like, hey, man, let's get our first cigars, man. You finish your first year. And I was like, all right, cool. We go in
Not
there.
the Colombian joints.
I go into the little humidifier. Yeah. Nah, but here's what happened. After about 2 or 3 cigars, I'm like, I'm already 50 in the hole. I'm a broke college student. Like, that's kind of expensive.
Oh, you had a real cigar?
Yeah, I had a real one. But
before the Black and Mild?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you how it started. How the Black and Mild started. So, I was like ashing them. Real nasty. I would ash them and then refire them up and all that. But again, it's too expensive. So Doug was like, yo, man, why don't you just smoke blacks? He's like, they're only like $1.25 for one. I was like, fuck, he might be right. Go get me the wine.
In the early 10? It wasn't 75 cents?
$1.25, $1 around there. I don't know. I was there for a few inflation hits. And I was like, you know what, man? So I started smoking blacks, and then it kind of progressed to like we would get tobacco pipes because buying tobacco in bulk was cheaper. So I would buy that, and then vapes came out, and these were the ones that was blowing up in people's hands. Like people forget about that. Like some of these ones was the ones that the big souped up modification ones with the cotton piece in it. You drip it over in the whole nine. So I'm deep in the game. Wicking my own cotton, making my own little heat transfers. And so anyway, long story less long, I've been doing that for since I was 18. I'm 35 now, so it's damn near been a minute. So my man at the smoke shop, he was telling me, he was like, yo, they passed that law a couple of years ago, but they found out that most of these vape stores was still getting it because the suppliers. He was like, so now they've blocked the suppliers of getting it. Now I had plans of quitting 5 years ago. Never did it, right? Never, and I came up
somewhere.
I came up with every rationalization excuse in the world, just like anybody else that struggled with some shit. And so now I'm about 5 days, right? Smoke free.
Congrats.
And it's a big deal for me because the first 2 days, I didn't know how deep I was in the game. That fidgety agitation, oral sensation, like that whole nine, was fucking with me. I couldn't even sleep right the second night. I was like, yo, like the withdrawals that I'm having from nicotine is hitting me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going, and I guess I'm gonna join my brethren right here. I think that I will not touch a vape ever again. I'll probably make it longer than Lex. I'm gonna go ahead and make this bet. This is now I've made our struggles in the competition.
You need a doc to help you out?
No, I don't think I need that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna smoke cigs or blacks. There's no way I'm going back to Black & Miles.
No, a vaping doc.
No, I don't need that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I run from those. My mom sent me some shit, and in my mind, I'm still like the research is 10 years behind. So I want to stay. I want to stay in that. I want to stay in that mind frame. So, yeah. You got anything? You ready to jump into it?
Let's go.
All right, hit my hand claps, man. These be the best pods. Did I address Jay not being here?
Yeah.
Somewhat. I just said she wasn't here. She'll be back next week. I think people are starting to believe me now when I say that. Like, there's actually no like big problem based on the demeanor. I'm sure it leaves people on edge. Your girl hit me, Nisha. I hit her, and actually she hit me, but I don't think she knew that I hit her because I had sent her a message. Anyway, she was like, "Yo, y'all need to find a way, video, whatever, keep her on."
Yeah, she's trying to call in.
Yeah. But she was like, "Yo, I need her to stay up here." And I was like, "Damn, I wanted to get both y'all here one day too." And I said, "Yo, I'll be killing you when you're not here." I was like, "But I'll be waiting. I just want you to have ammunition." But I was like, "I have no problem."
She's waiting to flame you up.
I know. That's why I had to get my shit off when she's not here because I'm gonna give her all respect. I let people like hash into me.
I know. Well,
you be there. We just went through that. I did the same.
You know, I just want to do it on the page, man. Don't do it to me directly to my inbox. I want everybody to see it.
But I enjoy having conversations with her though. She cracks me up.
Yeah.
She get on my nerves, like, but she cracks me up at the same time because like we both be believing how we be saying, and the dismissal of each other be hilarious. So that's why I be like, yo, I be telling my wife, I was like, yeah, she ain't about to get me today. Cause I be like, yo, she get me fired up right now. All right, let's go to Read 'em in Wheat. So C announced at the beginning of January, and C would be this young lady. Matter of fact, let me just go through this, right? Let's just pretend that I'm the boss, and then Jay is pregnant, and then you are the other worker, and I own a business. Does that make sense now? So I'm the boss, Jay's pregnant, you're the other worker, both of you guys work under me. So Jay announced at the beginning of January that she is at risk pregnancy and has to stay on bed rest until she gives birth. Since we are only 3 people and LNC and we're sharing full-time employment, I asked if he can cover shifts. I asked Lex if he can cover shifts if he wants to take over for her, or should I look for somebody else? Lex told me that he would he would take over, so I was truly happy with that. So Lex covered the whole month, and at the end of it, swapped back to full time. When Carl, was preparing salaries, I took the bonus budget and gave Jay and Lex the same bonuses as every month because I was thinking that Jay could use extra money and is still employed, and she just took vacation for the rest of the month. When Lex saw that his paycheck, he was a bit surprised and asked me if his bonus is the same as every month, and I said yes, and that I split it between him and Jay. He said only okay, but later told me that's about accurate. All right. But later told me that he felt it was a bit unfair because he covered all the shifts for Jay and didn't work at all, and she didn't work at all. I think it's fair since Jay was only on vacation because she was pregnant. So was I wrong in this?
No.
You don't think so?
I'm never gonna hate on
the consensus voting was this gentleman was wrong.
I can argue both ways.
Okay.
For me, I'm not gonna hate as far as like, okay, somebody getting their money, split it, whatever. But at the same time, yeah. It's very easy to argue the other side where I'm like, yep. Yo, run me my break. Come on, dog. What you mean?
Yeah, the good Samaritan in you is not kicking. But you know what? I would say that this person is not wrong. It's crazy to see her in these roles. I can't take her as a grown woman because she looks 15. I'm talking about an old girl from Ozark. What's her name? With the gold hair. She played the sister or whatever for the Wyatt in them.
She's also Inventing Anna. She's got a few roles.
Yeah, but I don't take her as an adult. That's the crazy part. It's the haircut. It's the hairstyle to me or something. I don't know what it is. She don't look like an
Shout
adult
out to Missouri.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is that I feel like if she came back, if Jay came back, your relationship would not be the same if she ever got wind of that.
Would it be not the same with her? Like, it's not her fault she's getting the bread. Like,
yeah, but
she didn't make the decision.
I think that if she ended up losing money, or if I had to make an adjustment, or whatever the case may be, and she found out that you got more cash, that would harbor a little bit of resentment, because her argument would be the only reason why I wasn't here is because I was pregnant and I've done X, Y, and Z. Granted, they're only pregnant for about 9 months, right? generally speaking.
And I get it.
Maybe 3 or 4
I was
months.
only gone because I was pregnant,
right?
For sure. And that's what I'm saying. Depending on what side you want me to argue, I'll argue it, because I can argue. I don't care either way. I can argue either side.
Have you ever gotten a bonus before?
Yes.
Where?
The last one I got was 7-Eleven.
And how much?
It was more than everybody else, and it should have been.
I'm
gonna be mad about this. We not splitting that shit up.
Did they know about this?
Yeah.
Did they hate on you?
No.
Oh, so they all understood that you were supposed to get that bonus. What'd you do?
Everybody
Why are you talking so spicy right now?
Everybody got a bonus.
What'd you do that was so great?
More.
I want to know what that is. Like, because I feel like if I got less and I worked here, we would have some problems.
I won him an award.
Oh, okay. What'd you do? Like make sure the shit was like clean and shit like that? I'm trying to figure out like I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm serious, man. How do you win an award at 7-Eleven?
So there's
that's a real question.
I know. They did like corporate analyze, like, because it's like a franchise, right? But, right. There's still corporate still involved. You still got to abide by their rules and use their vendors, blah blah blah. So they still look at what you're doing day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, etc. And basically, what I did was year over year when I took over the ordering schedule. So I was in charge of inventory. Like, I'm ordering stuff, I'm filtering stuff out, I'm deciding what comes in, what gets discontinued, etc. When I took that over, his efficiency and his turnover and all these other numbers that you look at for that improved. So, like, double digits over like 2 years in a row, like more than any other franchisee. And they're like, oh shit, like, look at you, whatever you're doing, Mr. Owner, like, you killing that shit now.
He never gave you like hey, it was him that figured it out?
Well, that's what the bonus was, right?
Nah, fuck that. I want a job like yours though.
No, I mean, he's not gonna let me own the 7-Eleven.
Oh, that's the next move?
He didn't have.
There's no corporate 7-Eleven office?
No, there is, but I worked for a franchisee. I didn't work for them. They offered me to
Were
go.
You a shift leader?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he was the owner and he had employees. He didn't have like a manager, general manager, whatever. It's just like, hey, it's me and everybody else.
That's a good
and then based on who I trust, I'll let you do a little bit more. I'll let you do a little bit more.
But y'all all getting paid the same.
Pretty much. But when it came to bonus time, I got more because I did more. That
part I understand. That makes sense.
And that's why I wasn't mad about, like, no. We ain't splitting this shit up. Run me my chips.
That's fucked up. Because I know who worked there, and I'm like, yo, they wasn't gonna be able to do this.
I'm the captain now.
They wasn't gonna be able to like do the math. See, you benefited from the school systems over here more than more than the other ones. I personally, I probably wouldn't argue it, but I would feel a way about it. Like, look, it's not my fault you was pregnant. Like, if I went out on medical leave or something like that, man, like, anybody I've ever seen go on medical leave, they don't get the same. Like, it's just you were gone.
I feel like, okay, I can't get pregnant, but if I got, like, an accident or something, and I was that person who needed my shifts covered, it wasn't my fault, necessarily. I would want that other person to get more bonus money because they held me down while I was gone.
That's my point. It has nothing to do with the pregnancy thing. I think we lend a little bit more credence to that. But like, I feel like if somebody was in an accident and the bonuses came out, and let's say they were gone for 3 or 4 months, but we know that they killed it the last 8, someone's gonna say, "Oh, he wasn't here." It's like we empathize. It's like those videos that bait you into like watching guys not give up their seat to a woman that's pregnant. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like you want us to be outraged by this. Now, if somebody didn't want to get up, I understand that. I do. It's not saying that I'm not saying that I do it. I'm the only one. You know, it's funny because somebody may judge it.
Those are different things, though.
No, they're not.
Me not getting mad at the bonus either way is different from me not giving up my seat if I'm on the bus.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is what's the same is that people have an assumption automatically that because someone is pregnant, we allow things to slide. Right? But if it's an injury or someone's sick or whatever the case may be, they'll argue and say, that person wasn't here, I did all these things. There's a higher level of respect that people call for when somebody is pregnant. That's all I'm saying.
But I mean, at the same time, I'm gonna give them that respect.
I am too.
The world don't go on without the pregnancy.
I'm with you 100%. I'm not saying I would partake in that specifically. I'm just telling you where some people lie. Like I said, when I go into the gym, women walk in, I'm in the steam room or whatever, I know how it feel. 8 dudes is up here looking at the one girl that's here. Let me get you off the chopping block. You can go ahead and have a seat here, miss. And they be looking weird because it's this new age shit that we dealing with. But, you know, you can have it. I don't care if you're young, old, whatever. I give my seat up. So, and the dudes be looking at me like, I ain't getting up. And you know who be there? Them people that I told you that be getting on and they not getting up. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Hey, that's why it's easy out here.
And there was another one in here where one of them was out there letting the N-word fly. I tried telling you, like I'm gonna let that shit go, but there's a deeper, darker conversation that we need to have at some point that I'll reserve for another day though, because they back in favor for the next 4 years. So
they back in favor.
All of them, they be starting to pretend and line up a certain way. All these businesses closing too. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. We were supposed to be on the up and up. I want to say like a year or two ago. Like they were like, oh, it's getting jump started, and some policies that took place with your mans. They scaring people off. Big Lots closed. Your favorite restaurant?
Shout to Amazon.
Closed. I don't know though. I'm messing with Big Lots because I can go in store and figure out what bullshit is gonna actually break or not. So, all right, hit my hand claps. I got a few on here, but I'm gonna save it. Did we talk about Jerry Springer on here?
The new doc?
Yes.
No.
Because it just came out, right?
Right.
All right. We talk about so many docs that I watched the Jerry Springer
doc. You doing
doc.
shows to watch?
Yeah, shows to watch. I watched the Jerry Springer doc on Netflix over the weekend. And he is the godfather of trash TV. Mm-hmm. Like, he is the reason why we have the types of televisions and conversations and shit that we see. They were basically talking about, like, how when Jerry Springer came out, Oprah was her. Right, and nobody was cracking her weekly schedule. I mean, her weekly viewing numbers. Things I didn't know about Jerry Springer was like he was like a mayor or something like that, and like a city in was it Chicago or Michigan, something like that. And then he came over and he was doing regular talk shows, but it was like like the magic number was 2 million viewers a week, and he was struggling at 1.7 and trying to find content. And then one guy that he met that ended up producing the show was like, you're a funny dude. Why don't you just be you on the show and stop trying to be like everyone else? You know, because they got you at this 10 o'clock slot at night or 11 o'clock slot at night. Ain't nobody up or whatever. Like, let's spice it up a little bit. So then they just started inviting people with wild-ass stories or things to tell. There was also a murder that had happened like a couple of weeks later after people were actually on the show. And it kind of like just boosted like from there. And I just remember like as a kid, like watching that shit, like, I didn't know the world was like this, you know, type of thing. Because the shit that they would teach you in school and like what you would see on the news, everything was proper, right? There was no cussing. Wasn't no, oh, bitch, come here, I'm about to kill you. You know, Steve Wilkos coming up, you know, body slamming people, dudes fighting. People talk about, oh, I'm sleeping with my brother and all this other shit, or I'm pregnant by, like, that's weird stuff that I never heard about. But then again, it was common in one specific place in America where they said 80% of they people, and they also responsible for the motherfucker that's coming in the office in the next couple of weeks. Well, I would just leave it at that. So watch the Jerry Springer Show on Netflix if you were around during that time. I think it's real amazing stuff there. So, Lex?
Yeah, Jerry Springer is definitely like coming home from school.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. It's on. We had no business watching that.
No.
At that time, anyway.
I still don't have no business watching that.
Still
shit
ain't got
now.
no business
Yeah,
watching it, right?
Like,
but it definitely was like a new era. And, you know, shout out to him.
the bar that hit me, one of the producers was like, bring me a show that I can watch on mute.
Yeah.
I was like, that
definitely
is,
do that
this
too.
is a show that you could watch on mute and not have to be in context. You just read that shit, just know, oh, I know automatically why they upset.
I was more of a Maury guy, but you know, Jerry Springer was still around.
Who was there was another. It was Maury, Jerry Springer. What's my black dude's name?
Montel.
Hey, he is he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I watched
Tevin Campbell.
get my murder docs off. Mind Over Murder. It's on HBO. It's a 6-parter. And it takes place in somewhere. But it's kind of wild, right? Because it has like 6 people involved in this murder. And every episode, they're talking about like, oh, they caught these people and they're interviewing them like, tell me what happened. And every single episode is like, oh, it was just me and this person. And then every episode is like a new person pops up. Oh, they were there too? Why didn't this other person say it? And all these 6 people were on trial for this murder of this lady. And then they all got acquitted and they all sued the city and got paid. And so they're still trying to figure out, like, how do all these people know what happened? They were there, but they didn't murder nobody. And they ended up charging one person with the murder, but it still doesn't make sense to why all these other people were involved and they still, like, know what's going on, but they had nothing to do with it. It's real quick. Nothing crazy.
What's it on?
HBO.
What's it called again?
Mind Over Murder.
I probably gotta check it out. I've been trying to. It's dry right now. I know since you're I know you're behind and shit. So it's like me being caught up. It makes things a little bit more difficult for me. And I also don't want to say that I did watch a new show, but I ended up like smoking it in like the first night because there was literally nothing else on that I wanted to watch. So
yeah, I'm still I'm in like 2020 for 90 Day Fiance. I'm never gonna catch up on that.
Let me ask you something. You been watching basketball?
I don't watch basketball no more.
When's the last time you watched a full complete game?
A few years ago.
For real?
No, okay. A full complete game?
Probably like Christmas.
Sometime, no. I watch football on Christmas. A full complete game probably last year. I probably watch a couple complete games a season before playoffs. And then I'll watch the playoffs. But
regular season.
I don't like basketball no more.
For real?
I can't watch it. It's not fun.
What do you think what needs to change for you to go back to it? Or you think that ship is sailed?
It's probably sales. I don't want to say something like, "Oh, Steph Curry needs to retire," but everybody thinks they're Steph Curry, and they're not, and it just makes for a really like basketball is like jazz, right? There's an art to it, and they're doing too much trying to make it a science. And I get it, the numbers, the science, like there is a science to it. But there's also an art to it that has been completely stripped away, and it's not fun anymore. So when you know everybody's breaking up all these stats and everything. I don't care about these stats. Like what LeBron did at age 40, like cool. Like you're 40, you're doing a lot. But in a different time, like just same with the football, right? They added this extra week and they're talking about, oh, all these people are doing all these things. It's like, well, shit, there's a whole other game to do that. And
I didn't even think about that.
it's not fun.
Like Saquon's season's not that crazy when you think about it.
Shout out to Saquon. Now, it's still crazy
No,
because he
crazy.
sat this game out. He sat the last game out. That's why it's still crazy. But the
But
record.
you think he did that on reason?
No, and that's why I fuck with him. Because the same way, because earlier in this season, he was about to break his own personal record, but the game was out of reach, and they had him mic'd up, and he was like, let the young boys play.
No, that was like
And I
week
fuck
4.
with that.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, he did the same thing on this week where it's like, hey, you want to go for it? And he's like, nah, fuck it. I fuck with that. But the record he was going to break in week 18, Eric Dickerson did it when there was only a 14-game season.
Not even 16.
Not even 16, which we were used to growing up.
Right.
So, like, it don't...
2 extra games, it don't hit the
You know
same.
what I mean? But at the same time, like, it's still a record. Like, I get it. But I also fuck with him because he was like, nah, I'm cool.
You think he's a Hall of Famer?
Saquon?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Not his fault. Shout out to the Giants. That he is... Why is he a Hall of Famer?
Why wouldn't he? You got the numbers or stats to do it yet?
No.
What about goddamn, what's his name? LaShawn McCoy. Hall of Famer?
No.
He be talking like he is though.
You should.
I'm sure. I'll be feeling it. We'll find out. This air is weird. We'll see what it is.
They're not Hall of
Who's
Famers.
Hall of Famer right now?
Who's a Hall of Famer right now?
Yeah, in the league. Derrick Henry? Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Who else we got? Khalil Mack?
Not first ballot.
Not first ballot, but possibly. I'm trying to think who else we got.
Derrick Henry and Khalil Mack.
I mean, who else is
Fucking
this?
Charger
Just throw a
fan.
name out there. No, he was a Raider before all that. His best years were not with us.
No, they were in Chicago.
Yeah, and the Raiders.
Yeah. There's plenty of Hall of Famers out there right now. Shit. Jamar Chase, he gonna be a Hall of Famer, 100%. And I hate saying that.
Lamar
I
Jackson?
hate saying it, 100%.
All right, there we go. All right.
Fuck both of them though.
Oh,
Chris
shit.
Boswell,
Chris
Hall of Fame kicker right there.
All right, hey, you know what?
All the points in the league.
We got to find it from somewhere.
Fuck football.
We got to find it from somewhere.
Hope the whole Hall of Fame burned down.
Hit my hand claps.
I mean, that's a sensitive subject.
That is, yeah. How about we not burn anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I got some shit to say about that too.
What?
We'll get there.
We get there now. Current events. I had something else, but we get there. Listen. I want to say it was about 5 days ago. We got wind of like the first Palisades fire. I want to say was that first one that we had out in Los Angeles County area, and then there was about 2 more other fires that broke out after. I want to say that the Palisades is working on being contained, and then the other 2 are pretty much contained at this point, 80 to 100%.
There's more than
A lot of people lost their houses, man, and you know the fucked up thing that I thought about was like, yo, me and Lex just sat here and argued about this shit about a month and a half ago. And I can only imagine the aftermath of how much of an insurance nightmare this is going to be in the next 5 or 6 years. And so, like, in my mind, it's funny because God laughed when you want to make plans. I was like, yo, I'm about to buy a house. I'm about to do all this. But a lot of these insurance companies, man, they jacking up the prices on things and they leave it. And so when you get the $50 billion worth of damage that they already estimate, they ain't even hit you with the final total yet, and then you see whole blocks burn down, I'm like, yo, it's about to get real in that. I'm already thinking, like, what places can I move to? Like, outside of California. Because I don't know what the repercussions are going to be. And it's scary because this is like, yo, they say this is one of the bigger fires in the LA area. This ain't the last one, though. So, Lex, I can hear it in you when the deep breaths get crazy, the readjustment in the seat.
Yeah.
Something hitting right now. I want to get my loving response off first. I don't know where the fuck he about to take us. We ain't talking about this beforehand.
So this is the most, as far as damage wise, money wise, this is the biggest natural disaster in U.S. history. Some of that's inflation, sure, but it is what it is. It is... There's so many different levels to it as far as what is upsetting. Like, one is just like, hey, people lost their houses, and just... This is why I hate the internet. Like, these are times when I hate the internet, right? There's been a lot of good on the internet. People have like showcased like, hey, where you can go hide out, shelters where you can get, there's been GoFundMe's, help out, and there's been some good stuff. But there's been a lot of bullshit on there, right? I've seen stuff, obviously everything nowadays is politicized, which one reason why I hate the internet, right? So I've seen things, and that's what California gets for being Democrat.
That's so nasty.
Because y'all don't love God, y'all burn.
Who the fuck said
that's crazy?
That's wild.
That's not the craziest thing I heard. Because also, who else chimed in on this? Fucking Drake fans. Ball don't lie. Kendrick lied on Drake, and that's why y'all getting
Ball
this
don't
going
lie
on.
is crazy.
I'm like, bruh, what?
That's a crazy line to get off in the middle of people's pain. Or they rich.
No, and that was another one. They billionaires, they ain't gonna miss it. Like, man, there's certain things that money can't buy. Like, if my house is on fire, the only thing I'm grabbing is pictures. Pictures and hard drives. All that other stuff, sure, insurance might take care of it. It's an inconvenience, but you can replace it. I get that. There's certain things you can't replace, whether you got $0 or $1 billion. I don't care. And just the way people, like, the way they're talking about it is just, it's nasty. It's super nasty. The other thing I hate about this is the neighborhoods that are burnt down. Now, if I'm not going to necessarily get all the way in my conspiracy bag, but I can understand, like, they're going to jump into it, and yeah, it's fun. We can do that too, but you're burning down these whole neighborhoods. You're leaving it in the hands of developers to bring it back. Therefore, you're going to there's an opportunity to push people away to where the 1% can jump in and now take over another neighborhood that they didn't necessarily have control over. And that's why the conspiracy of like, oh, let's burn the neighborhood down so the rich can take it over and they can get richer. I get it, whatever. But I'm just talking about the culture that comes with some of these neighborhoods. Now, I'm not from these neighborhoods. I don't know if they all have culture like that, but there's been enough acres burned to where if they burn down something that has some sort of culture, it's going to take however long it's going to take to bring it back. And all the neighborhood and all the people aren't necessarily going to be, they're not going to still be there. And so therefore, whatever culture is there is going to get taken away, and it's gone. And that's really, really unfortunate. And
Malibu has a different culture, though.
I'm not talking about all the neighborhoods. Like, obviously, Malibu's going to be Malibu. Rich people was there before. Only rich people are going to be there when they rebuild it, whatever. But, like, there's certain things that there's going to be small businesses, restaurants, like holes in the wall. Certain things that are gone forever, they're not coming back.
No, that's a good point.
And that's kind of more on the lines of what I'm talking about. And it's just... And like I said, like we talked about this, like you said a couple months ago, insurance is going up for everybody across the board. And so what I talked about a few months ago about like insurance companies are fleeing the state, fleeing California altogether. And all this is going to do is expedite that. So when I was joking around before about how I'm never going to own a house again, this is just kind of putting that stamp on it. Like, no way. There's no fucking way. Because if your home insurance was going up before, wait until that policy renews, if they renew it. Because depending on what company you're at, especially if you're one of the bigger popular companies, they're not going to be in California next year. You're going to have to go find a different company. And the same way with supply and demand, if a lot of the supply leaves, companies are fleeing California, that only leaves a few companies. What can they do? Drive up the price. Hey, we're the only people in town. It is what it is. You can pay it or you can't. And that's going to get interesting. But it's also going to get pretty sad. And, you know, and to take it on a deeper level, you know, what I was getting into with a couple people on some like, this ain't like something I'm going to talk about with everybody, but it's like, hey, geologically speaking, some places aren't meant to live. And we're about to find that out right now.
What do you mean?
So we live in a capitalistic society, right? We live by the bottom line, the almighty dollar.
Right.
We seen that to where, hey, we gonna build where we can build. If we can sell a house, we're gonna build it there. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Right? Some places aren't meant to live. New Orleans, I'm gonna start there. It's not meant to live there. Yes, it's been a city for however many years it's been a city now, and it will continue to be a city for a little bit longer, geologically speaking. But the fact that it's so far underneath sea level, the fact that whenever hurricane season comes, it keeps getting fucked up and shit keeps happening there. It's not meant for people to live there.
I can't imagine that the insurance companies are there too.
And that's what I mean. Like, why, as an insurance company, I get it. The ones that are going to leave California, I get it. Why would I sit here and write business when you're going to catch fire every single year? I got to come out of pocket and save your house. That is not good for my business when all I care, I'm a private company. I'm for profit. This does not make me profit by sitting here insuring your house that's in a fucking fire zone every single year. It's also January. Fire season should have ended 2 or 3 months ago.
That's crazy.
And now we have the biggest fire in history in winter.
It's crazy.
Right? So California, as great as it is, my favorite place in the whole world, right? The 4th biggest economy in the entire world by itself. It's not meant, we're by the ocean, all that cool shit, oh shit, coastline, whatever. It's not meant to house people in a geological spectrum. We have no water. All of our water comes from a different state. If Colorado says, hey, yo, we only got enough for us. Sorry, big dog. What you gonna do? What are we gonna do?
They won't do that, though. They want money,
no,
too.
You say that, but there's gonna come a point where money doesn't mean nothing, where water is the real currency. At a certain point, money don't mean nothing. Money only means something.
Water world.
Yeah. Hey, what is it? Mad Max, Fury Road, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That shit is not fake. That is going to eventually happen.
Oh, yeah.
So what's going to happen when Colorado's like, hey, yo, we only got enough for us? Do you know what that means?
We ain't gonna be 50 states no more.
It don't matter. Like, Arizona can only get AC'd so much. Arizona's not meant to be lived in. Certain places in this world are not meant to be lived in. And while it's okay right now, and it might be okay in our lifetime, so, yo, fuck Lex, like, he don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, we might be dead before what I'm talking about is real. Eventually, it's gonna show itself. The reason why this shit's getting worse, the reason why I'm like, oh, why is the fires getting worse? Yeah, the winds did it. I get it. But understand, as the earth gets hotter, we go in, the water goes in a cyclical motion, right? It rains. It evaporates. The moisture gets picked up in the earth. The moisture gets picked up in the air. It turns into clouds. It rains again. It goes in a circle. As it gets hotter, it takes more moisture in the air and takes more out of the ground. It makes everything drier. Everything drier makes it more susceptible to fire. This is going to keep happening. the last 10 years have been the 10 hottest years in history.
Since recording.
And next year, I guarantee this year will be the hottest year on record again. It's going to keep happening. And at this point, like I said, as the pessimist me, it's a wrap. So I don't care. I'm preaching it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a fuck what I'm saying. It don't matter, whatever. I'm just letting you know why it's happening. And hey, don't shoot the fucking messenger. It's a wrap. Shit. Can I get my 3 cheers out the way right now?
No. try to move on too early. No, honestly, man, I think that you're right. And it's like, it's one of those things where, like, I thought about when you said that, some people be like, oh, why would I even bring kids into this world?
Yeah.
Selfishly, we do so, right? And do it in the first place. But what else can we do? There's nothing else you could do to reverse engineer some of the things. You could just slow it down, right? We're not meant to be here forever.
Thanos had it right.
Not necessarily. I mean, like,
Yeah, he did.
The ultimate thing that you keep missing is, and all you're doing is delaying the inevitable, is that the sun's gonna stop at some fucking point.
I've been said that. I've probably said that a few months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna happen. It's just how fast is it?
But that's what I mean, right?
Things.
But if the sun were to stop, that would be
it's a natural event.
That would be an act of God that took us out. What I'm telling you is, we're the only species, and I've said this before, we're the only species that is taking us out ourselves. Every other species that went extinct, an act of God took them out. We are doing it to ourselves. That's all I'm saying. If the sun were to stop, that ain't our fault. Cool, whatever.
But it will.
It will. But we're not going to be here for that.
No.
Humans won't be here for that. By the time that happens, we already took ourselves out. There's going to be a different species running this shit. Which
is fine.
Yeah.
It's happened plenty of times. So,
5.
4.
We the 5th.
5th. Go ahead, my hand claps. Fucking negative Nancy. I'll take us there if we need to.
I was trying to 3 cheers. I'm trying to get a little positive out of it.
No.
Even I'm about to negative that one though too.
We're out of here. I know that's what I'm saying. We out of here after this segment anyway. Ain't gonna be here too long. Is it important to secure your dreams or prioritize your stability to you?
Jesus.
It's a tough one. Before you answer that,
man, let me get.
Before you answer
my
that,
bag right now.
I know you are, but before you answer that, do you have dreams now still?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna get there.
All right. Negatively?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Back door. Here we go. Let's do it.
So this is something that I'm actually like currently.
Okay.
Like I'm literally about to go into therapy about this like right now. I feel like that anybody who knows me. I feel like if you were to describe me, most people would put like, oh, he's pretty ambitious. He's gonna go get it. I think that's how I think a lot of people would see me. That's how I would think about myself for the most part. However, recently, it's getting a little tough
to have ambition.
Yeah, I'm at the point now to where I'm like, I used to be like, I know it's kind of cliche and it's like a trend now, but I was on like that whole like generational wealth, like let's all like whatever tip, like I was on that kind of early, like 15, 20 years ago, right?
Early for you.
No, early for whatever the trend was.
Right.
And now I'm like, I can't take care of myself. The fuck I look like worrying about my fucking grandbabies, right? So I'm not as motivated as I usually am. And I don't know if it's a phase. I don't know what's going on. Now, mind you, an unmotivated me is still probably more motivated than the average person.
Right.
But when it comes to me, it's a little scary to think about how I'm thinking, to where I'm just like, I'm kind of worried about me. If I can give my kids a little bit of a go get, sure. But other than that, I ain't worried about shit. And it just, hey, whatever. I'm gonna be stuck in the middle. It is what it is, and it's really fucking unfortunate. But I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I got here. But it's where I'm at right now, and it's a little bit concerning. But at the same time, I'm just like, hey, it is what it is.
I think part of it though might be too, because I feel you a little bit, is that the things that I need to do to be able to like get remotivated on a high level of things, I don't want to do.
Well, nobody wants to do it. Like,
no, part of this is like you have to go out, network, meet with people, have conversations. The path that I'm on right now in life is very low impact in regards to the more people you invite into your life and meet and have these conversations, the more risk you take in regards to some of those people letting you down. As I've gotten older, I try to reduce that. So like I understand now where like my mom, dad, I always say like when people get older, they don't have a lot of friends. It's like the more people that you around and shit like that, the more accountable you have to be. Does that make sense a little bit?
yeah, I'm not even worried about being accountable.
I'm not talking about that piece. What I'm saying is that I can see when you haven't been living a life for you over the last 5 or 6 years, where we can get lost in that. That's why I feel like when people become empty nesters, this is what we're talking about. Right? Because when your kids are gone, you're going to look back and you're going to say, damn, all the shit that I wanted to do, I put that shit on the back burner. Who am I now that they no longer need me anymore to make those decisions? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm okay with that. I know that going in. That doesn't, what I'm talking about is a little bit more, I don't want to say urgent, but it's a little more like concerning because I've never thought like this before. Whether I put my own shit on the back burner, whatever, I always have a level of go get, a level of ambition that has always been in me.
But to what?
It don't matter to what, to just go.
No, but I'm
and
saying
right
like,
now I'm just like, fuck it.
What though?
Fuck it, because it's like I can't do, like, why am I gonna do all this to try to go get another house when I can't keep up with the fact that the insurance companies are leaving? If I can't keep up with the way the prices are jumping, and I can't do it on a single income, even if I have a double income myself, I can't do it. Why go and do this when I can't outpace, like, everything else is running faster than what I'm doing? And it's something that I know how to do. Like, I'm doing it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to cut expenses, make more income, be efficient. I can do all that. I am a thug it out Hall of Famer. I will sleep on the floor. And that's not good enough. Everything I know how to do is not good enough. And it's me right now stepping back saying, oh shit, I can go to the extreme on some of these things and it's not good enough. What does that mean? And right now, I'm not saying right now what I'm doing is the right answer, but right now how I'm taking it is, oh shit, fuck it.
But you got to wait. There's a few, like I'm with you. Like a few of the things that I said that I was gonna do, like I wanted to buy another house. I wanted to rent this one out. I got another leak upstairs. I didn't bring that shit up, right? I was just like, yo, fix it. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay for it. I ain't buying a new house anyway. Go ahead, we'll spend the money on getting a new shower. Because I'm not buying another house. Shit, the dude across the street is struggling. He didn't put the shit on, took it off, tried to rent it out for, I was like, bro, you're not getting what you're looking for right now. And so you're right. I don't know if it's so much as fuck it as it is. I'll just wait and see what happens. Right now, the next 5 or 6 years is not going to be the best time for me to jump back into the market. And at that point, my kids will be a certain age. And you're right. I said, the choice program, they can go to school anywhere. And the way that my shit is set up, how I actually know what the fuck I'm doing every day and can do it from a move, I can send them to school anywhere. So you're right. And I was thinking about this because some of the shit, this is why when they say, oh, you try to protect your kids, because the level of thinking we on right now is the shit that we don't want them thinking about. Like, their world is so minute to like school and like certain relationships that I never realized, right, until I thought about this literally the other day. My mom would drop me off, take me to school, and deal with the world that I'm dealing with right now. And I just lived in a fucking bubble. And I was like, damn, they did a great job up until a certain point, right? Where that shit's inevitable. Because when you get in school, you start meeting kids that have different life circumstances and the way their parents talk to them and everything else, bro. It's just it's a weird thing. So I say all that to say, I can see where you're at. I think right now I've been prioritizing stability, right? I don't have any dreams or aspirations for myself right now. I have dreams and aspirations for my kids to be able to not be on the wrong side of things when they get older. Like right now, like given all the shit that you talking about or whatever, you still not on the wrong side of things. You're able to provide a living for yourself and shit like that. I don't want to be around I don't want to raise two human beings that can't do that. Does that make sense? Like I feel like my mom and dad did a good job of making somebody who could survive. Your mom did a good job of raising somebody who was able to survive, whether she did it intentionally or not. So it's like, yo, bro, if I look at life in a survival setting, I just want my kids to be able to survive.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. The unmotivated me still looks a little more motivated than average, I would say. It's not going to make me stop doing what I'm doing. But I definitely have a different level of belief as far as like, oh shit, like the confidence of, yeah, I'm going to go get it and I'm going to do this and that. Like, nah, I'm gonna still do the same things for the most part, but it's more of like, I don't know what's going to come from it, but I ain't got no other choice. I'm going to still go get it. I don't know what's going to come from it because there ain't really as much to come from it. And I would think that, just me living but to the best of my abilities is going to set the example for my kids to do the same.
When did you realize you were unmotivated, though?
A few weeks ago.
She pointed it out or you figured it out?
I pointed it out. I haven't brought this up yet.
How'd you know that you was unmotivated, though?
My day to day, like everything I was doing, like I would go to, I'm lifting weights. Normally it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, yeah, I'm going to go lift weights. And then, so if it goes to the point like, I'm not trying to lift weights today. Every day, I'm not trying to lift weights today. Like, oh, that's weird. I ain't never thought like that. Oh, I got to go I ain't trying to do that today. Things that I do all the time. And then, maybe you just burnt out because you do it all the time. It's like, yes and no. I don't get burnt out when it comes to certain things. Like that, it just is what it is. Me feeling this way is for a reason. And, I'm going to still do it. But the fact that I consciously know, like, I don't want to do it, like, it's a thing. And I have to pay attention to it.
I think, like, part of it, too, is, like, you ain't got no competitive nature in your life right now.
No.
Like, for you. I'm serious. Like, yeah, the golf shit cool, but, like, I was just locked in a match 2 weeks ago. I hadn't had one like that in a while. Well, I won by 2, but it was, like, tied going into the hole. And I was like, oh, shit, I feel alive a little bit. I got the best of somebody in something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what it is about competition and shit like that. It just like feeds your ego a little bit. Like I still got it or whatever.
That's something, but it's also like I haven't had that in a while. And so I've never necessarily needed that because I've always had that within myself.
Yeah, but I don't think you got any dog in you anymore though.
But I'm saying I've been in this like arena a lot longer than a few weeks to where I'm going to either compete with myself and get it that way, or like I'm not going to put it on the fact that, I'm not in a competitive state or whatever. Like I'm not going to put it on that because it's been like that for long enough to where this is something different. I'm always going to be worrying about competing with me or figure, like in the Last Dance, I'm gonna find something to be competitive with. Don't always work, but I'm gonna attempt to anyway.
Right. I don't know. I think that at some point, life is a little bit different too, though. Like I don't even think about. I just saw what you saw. I don't even think about like certain things that happen. Like I don't think about like myself first anymore. And so because I no longer think about myself first anymore, I think I'd be lost. Here's the thing though. Even if my kids stopped doing what they was doing now, I feel like single people go through the same thing. Like they think we happy. On the other side, they're like, oh, they got a family and all this other shit or whatever. Or even them, they be fake happy. Because if I was 35, 36 years old, no kids or whatever, you know, like this would be a hard time for me to find. Like, yo, I hit you up, oh, a flag football game, chilling at the house right now. I ain't really gonna do nothing. Oh, okay, cool. I'll come over there. You know what I mean? Like I hit somebody up, hey, what y'all got? Oh, I'm out we're at a barbecue at my mother-in-law's house. Like I feel like 80 to 70% of the people you run into or whatever, they got a family or something that they got, or an event that they need to go to or whatever. Like the days of just hanging with your people, like how it was back in the day, is gone. I'm going to Arizona in a couple of weeks. And that trip in the back of my mind, like hanging out with this group, hit a little bit different 4 years ago. So, you know, it's a little odd, man. It is what it is. But
it's still popping though. Like this week, technically when I was on my single shit on some like, you know, I ain't got the kids with me. I got to fill my time, my evenings. I went to my man's house. He's about to sell his house and we're trying to get a picture ready. So we over here touching it up, cleaning, painting.
That's nasty.
Doing it. And that's how I spent my week.
That's hella wash.
But I'm also like hanging out with the kids, like on some like getting my uncle shit off. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean,
like, yeah, it seems kind of washed. Like, oh shit,
it is.
How'd you spend your Wednesday? How'd you spend your Thursday? But like, honestly, like, especially given just how the past couple weeks have been anyway, like, I was getting my shit, like I got what I needed from the week based on that, because like the kids were on some like like when it was time for me to go. Oh, please don't leave. We want you to stay. Can you spend the night? Are you coming back tomorrow? Like that shit means something to me.
I mean, they stuck in a loop too. For real.
And that's what I needed to get through like that whole time. Plus it's like, hey, whatever, like, you know, I know what I'm doing, but that's exactly what, you know, when I became single, like that's what I wanted to do, was like, all right, whatever bandwidth I do have that opens up from this whole situation, I'm trying to get like on my uncle shit. I'm trying to be around to connect with the people that I don't get to connect with so much all the time, and just be more present, because we ain't got forever. And, you know, no matter how cool we are, yeah, we got the group chat, we got this and that, but it's like, you know, it's a different level.
I mean, I was thinking about that too. Like, I was just like, you know, that even like what I would consider fun is completely different. I got some, my man, I told y'all like a couple of weeks ago, my man hit me up talking about, hey man, I need you tonight. I don't know who you calling. Like, and I don't feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I showed up for so many different people throughout my life that I don't owe nobody a going out session or nothing. So if you hit me on that type of time, I'm looking at you like, yo, what are you doing out here still? You know, like, these things don't excite me anymore. It's weird out here when I go outside. The kids dress different. They talk different, right? Like, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is Riz. You know what I mean? Oh, he got Riz. I'm like, yo, what is that word derived from? Oh, it's just Riz.
It's like swag.
Yeah, but we had derivatives. Like, oh, it derived from something. Riz and swag don't go hand in hand together. I don't know if it came from a show, right? Like, where did this shit come? Either way, I'm saying all this shit, and I'm not even trying to be Watchman like Central, but it feels like that. Like, for the first time, I feel like the guy that, like, oh, they look at me like I'm just like, oh, this shit, right? I'm in that little weird stage. And it's like the things that I enjoy doing now are a little bit different now, too. You get me outside with the fucking sundown at 11 o'clock somewhere, bro, I'm fucking beat. Because I'm used to, my routine tells me I'm in the bed or whatever, I'm inside the house at that time. The homie hit me saying he was putting up Christmas lights and he didn't want to fall.
He didn't want to fall?
Bro, we ain't never put up Christmas lights. Like, I ain't never known him to have a house to put up that. He lived in an apartment his whole life. He owned a house now. Like, I'm just like, yo, we do all this type of shit now. Yo, I'm asking dudes if they finish their projects at their house. Y'all finish the pergola outside? For what? He ain't got no. We don't even go over there all the time, man. What you building all this shit for? We just get bored, you know? So I say all that, man, to say, like, you're right. Like, I can see where you could get unmotivated, but, like, life is different for all of us right now. And I don't think you're giving yourself enough grace to recognize that, like, you're not going to be the same you anymore.
No,
you
I don't
know
think
way
it has...
too much. You've been through too much or whatever, right? And it's like your kids, like you got like people that depend on you and shit. Like, yo, ambitious Lex is gone.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with changing and being a different person because
your schedule is way fucking harder than what you giving it credit for.
But that's not what I'm saying. Regardless of the schedule, I've gone through multiple
not like this
versions of switch up, different changes, different level ups, different level downs, different everything. But the consistent thing of me is I still have that level of go get that no matter what I'm doing, I still have this feeling of like, all right, well, I got to go do this and I'm worried about this and I'm progressing.
But if you do your
that
day-to-day
thing
shit,
is gone right now. And that's different. That is independent of what I've been going through something my whole life. At any given point in time, there's something going on all the time.
Even Forrest Gump turned around and said, I'm tired. Think I might go home now. You can only live at 110 for so long, bro.
No, and maybe it is that, but I'm saying like because I'm not used to this, I have to figure out if that's what it is or if it's something else.
No, I'm telling you that you just gotta find some. You gotta find some dog in you for something. See, your problem is that you like to minimize things that could be significant to other people. But you try to minimize them as like, oh, it's not really a big deal, right? But if you get out of that mind frame of minimizing opportunities for you to bring yourself up, I think you'd be in a better space. Like, I understand that I'm levels away from like where I need to be like golf-wise, but among the people that I play with, it means the world to me. You know what I mean? Or like, I understand that like anything wise. Like, that's why I pick up the jokes with you on like G being a better bike rider, football player, all this shit, basketball player, whatever they do, I bring it up to pit them against each other because it makes us feel a little bit alive. Like, nigga, you're not about to talk to me like that. He's a dog. You know what I mean? I've been out there with him. I know what his great day looked like. He didn't have a great day. Like, our lives are focused on other things is all I'm saying. That's it.
Right. And all I'm saying is...
And I'm telling you that it's hard to get back to those things.
Knowing whatever my life is focused
your
on...
only time to call right now is at 12 o'clock. That's some old man shit.
It doesn't matter.
You gotta call me between 12 and 1. Like, bro, I used to be able to call you anytime.
It doesn't matter. Well, I mean, shit, kind of now. Like, hey,
Monday through
the phone. Monday through Thursday.
Dudes be acting fake with the mic. Come on. He called me. I called him back 5 minutes later the other day, and he act like I called him.
No, it's because somebody else hopped on the phone.
Oh my God, some old ass shit, man.
I'm just saying, like,
it's cool.
Regardless of all this extra shit you bringing up,
born before fucking 2005 is old.
2005.
Like, that's what the kids were saying on the little thing. Or
holy
whatever.
Shit! Yeah, so 1999.
It was 1819. Somebody being 35 though, I'm like, yo, you got 15 years ahead of me, bro. You done been through too much shit, Unc. Real shit. Old man cast us out today. Fucking 0 dark 30 over here. You straight though? I'm good. All right, just make sure, man. You know that. We had an age where I can't even get because at our age bracket, like if we was in that age bracket, that'd be the one.
Boring?
No. If I was 19, 20, I'm looking at I'm looking at that like.
Oh, that's who you want?
Skylar Diggins.
Yeah.
That's the Skylar Diggins right there. But I also feel like, whew, come on, man. Come on, man. She different. All right, 3 cheers. You know what? I'm gonna stay on path, right? I want to give it 3 cheers and well wishes to the people that have lost a significant amount of things in the just grown woman moves. significant amount of belongings, memorabilia's, family, moments and stuff. You grab whatever you can. The people that were in the fires, man. I think that if you guys are able to donate, help out. If you live in the Los Angeles area, go ahead and give out to those who are specifically in need if it seems legit. And yeah, man. It's so crazy. I don't even know that we had new black women in tennis.
She been here for a little bit.
I don't remember her. That's cool. Yeah. And it's American. All right, go ahead, Lex. We gotta get up out of here.
All right, so piggybacking off that, I'm going to 3 cheers all of specifically the inmate firefighters.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
People have been saying it's a conspiracy.
No. There's you can be a firefighter when you're in prison. And you get called especially for things like this. We're in California. We have fire season. There's big joints going on. They get dispatched all the time. I'm 3 cheersing them because 1, hey, all the firefighters deserve a little clap right now. But 2, they're doing this shit for a few dollars a day. And I know there's been like some groups coming together trying to get them a little bit more pay for what they do, especially for these types of fires and like what, all that. But it's, it's so, and shout, I'm also going to 3 cheers just North America in general. Shout out to Canada. They've offered like their water services and stuff going on to help us out. Shout out to Mexico. Mexico came through. They helping us out too. I don't think there's a lot of light being shown on these other people coming to our aid in our times of need. I feel like whenever there's a disaster, there's a lot of people, oh yeah, we're going to donate here, we're going to donate there, and we're going to come together to save these people. But as California, I don't think we really think of us as ever needing help like that. And right now is one of those times. And so the fact that people are showing up, whether it's on the news or not, like, it's appreciated. Especially, based on how the media looks at it. If I'm Mexico, the last thing I want to do is help y'all motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? Like, the way y'all talk about us, fuck out of here.
They need us for trade.
It doesn't matter. Like, the way they're talked about is it's crazy.
I'm thankful that they help us. Maybe we can help them later on.
Yeah, everybody needs us, but at the same time, like,
don't do that. I'm thankful. Look, hey, I'm trying to be better.
Shout out to all them, man.
Even though the world's ending, Lex, that means that we can still strive to be better every day. How do you feel about that? You just gonna play some music?
That's how I used to feel. Now I don't give a fuck. Now it's like,
get off my lawn, huh? You're a little too early for this. You're supposed to be like 56 or something like that. You know,
I've been 56 for a long time.
Yeah, you need to give up on that. Just go ahead and live your life. We out.